lack of knowledge about aqidah, lack of knowledge about Allah Azza wa Jal, lack of knowledge about the very book of our guidance in this world and in the hereafter, in which Allah Azza wa Jal on a number of occasions says, "Inna shaytana lakum aduwwum mubin, innahu lakum aduwwum mubin." Allah Azza wa Jal says, "Fattakhiduhu aduwwa." On several such occasions, Allah Azza wa Jal clearly said that Satan is actually the manifest enemy. The open enemy, the obvious enemy. There are enemies that can, actually attack you from behind. There are enemies that can remain hidden from you and throughout your life. And Satan is not one of them. Satan is actually a very clear enemy. He has been the enemy of the human race right from the time Adam alayhi salam was created and Satan was asked to do sajda of him. And a lot of people today, today's youth, don't quite believe in Satan because of this one scientific stupidity, that how can anyone live from times immemorial, or from the time Adam alayhi salam was created. Therefore, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't click in the brain. It doesn't appear logical that a person has been continuously living for, say, over thousands of years. Impossible. Which is why a lot of people, because science has this kind of basis, that there's nothing called Satan. Satan cannot be alive like this. And if it were to alive, science would have discovered it in at least in this modern age and time, because science has been able to go as far and wide as the Amazon jungles, and we have got those extraordinary lenses that can actually help us see everything, even at night or even in the remotest possible villages. The Google Earth, the Google Maps, so to say, are so very clear that they can actually tell you every single dot on the planet. So while science has been able to establish everything that exists, science is unable to bring under its lens the Satan, which is why science denies that there is something called, or someone called Satan, and he's our manifest enemy, clear cut enemy. Which is why a lot of young boys and girls these days call Satan a heresy. They don't want to believe in that. They say it's all rubbish, and it's something that's stupid. They don't want to believe in that. Courtesy, lack of belief in the Quran, lack of belief in the ahadith, and lack of knowledge about the Quran and the ahadith. Which is why, right at the outset, I said that we are doing only our little bit. In order to help these youth come and understand what we are saying, come and listen to what we are saying. And then, inshallah ta'ala, when we keep giving you proofs from Quran and from ahadith, and when we try to make comparisons between what science says as well as what the Quran or the ahadith say, then the ball is in your court. The case is absolutely with you. Then we could easily rest the case and say that you make up your mind based on these interjections from the Quran and the ahadith. So this is just the beginning, and I'd only wanted to put it very humbly that while Sheikh Imran Nadiri mentions, and also today he mentioned that we are doing this in order to uplift the community. Of course, we are doing it, but what Sheikh said also was that we are in a way, iPlus appears to be thanking the ulama, especially those who are working in the domain of calling people to Tawheed, etc. I am just a small, a very, very minuscule, if I could use that term, element. I'm very little. I might not even weigh as much as an atom in the process of what iPlus TV could be doing, or what several other thousands, or should I say millions of people are doing in the form of calling people to Allah Azza wa Jalla on the face of the earth. So it's just a small, very little, very broken kind of humble effort that we in the on the day of judgment can at least put our hands up and say that we did our best only in order for Allah Azza wa Jal, only in order for you that you grant us excuse ma'diratan ila rabbikum wa la'allakum yattaqun, in order that we can seek excuse from Allah Azza wa Jal, and in order that we continue to hope that these people who call the matters pertaining to the unseen as heresy, we hope that they start fearing Allah Azza wa Jal. This is what the entire objective of our series on Aqidah is. Now,